So this was the last question. 12th one, throwing from top of a building. We have a particle here projected with u and theta. You can choose this as x-axis. This is y-axis. Question is find initial velocity and final velocity vector. Now see, when I say velocity vector, meaning I'm asking I cap, j cap components. Second thing, find average acceleration, find average velocity. If the cams are not on, I'm going to remove you from the group. Find average acceleration. In case you're keeping your cam off for some reason, you just message me the reason. You just don't switch off your cam on your wish. Look at the question. A particle is projected with u and theta. Find initial and final velocity vector. Find average velocity and find average acceleration. Rajat, what is average velocity definition?
Velocity final minus initial
average
velocity.
velocity. Average velocity.
Average velocity.
Priyansh, average velocity का definition?
Total distance upon total time.
वो average speed है. Simran?
So total displacement upon total time.
Total displacement by time, na? Total distance will be average speed, Priyansh. Right? Yashvi, what is average acceleration?
Final velocity minus initial velocity by time.
Yeah. Get it, people? So this is 1D and projectile combination. They ask you this kind of questions only. What is initial and final velocity vector? In case you are confused, I'll help you out there. This is u cos theta. This is u sin theta. So the initial velocity vector will be u cos theta I cap because first x-axis, u sin theta j cap. बस इतना ही करना था. And this will go here and land here, na? You land with the same speed. So again, this will be u cos theta because this is theta, and this will be u sin theta. So when you're landing on the ground, only the vertical component will reverse. So final velocity will be u cos theta I cap minus u sin theta j cap because the vertical component is reversed. When I say find initial and final velocity vector, this is what I'm saying. When you're reaching the ground, what is the velocity vector? Initially, what is the velocity vector? Hope this was clear. Get B and C. I'll give you 2 minutes. Find average velocity and average acceleration. Anyone has a doubt in this U bar and V bar, please ask me. Now, if you're throwing from here and you come and land here, this is the initial point, this is the final point. What is the displacement? Displacement is from initial to final, na? This is displacement, which is nothing but range. So average velocity is displacement by time. How much time it will take? Time of flight, na? The average velocity is range by total time. Total time will be time of flight. So what is range ka formula? Horizontal velocity into time of flight by time of flight. Time of flight will cancel u cos theta. What is the direction? I cap. Because range I cap, na? So average velocity is a vector. So direction will come. So meaning the system will behave as if it is traveling with u cos theta horizontally. Obviously, vertical displacement 0 ho gaya na? Whatever height you went, you came back to the same level. So vertically will be 0. Only the horizontal velocity will remain. That's the definition. Average velocity is displacement by time. Here displacement is range only. Average acceleration, final velocity minus initial velocity by time. We have done all this thing in 1D. What is V final? Abhi derive kiya humne. U cos theta I cap minus U sin theta j cap. This is the final. Minus U cos theta I cap plus U sin theta j cap. This is your initial by time. Time is again time of flight. 2U sin theta by g. U cos theta will cancel. You get minus 2U sin theta I cap j cap by 2U sin theta by g. 2U sin theta will cancel. You get minus g j cap. Obviously.
I have to
So observe,
copy the question. Can you go back to the previous slide?
what were you doing till now?
So just one part. So done.
So if you see, right, obviously throughout the motion acceleration is g only. Na? There is no other acceleration. So obviously we'll get g only. So you can actually set average acceleration is g directly without doing anything. Because from starting till ending, the only acceleration you have is g. So average is also g. But still you want to solve, this is how you do it. Have a look at this thing. Any particular doubt on this thing, please ask me. Put it on. So each, the B and C, each one is a possible question. They can ask like this also. Find the average velocity from initial position to maximum height. I did not ask always from ground to ground. I can ask from ground to H max also. And the question will change accordingly. Turning the page.
So just a minute.
Okay. Next one. Are next one. You got a mirror. We have a particle here projected with 20 root 2 meters per second. At an angle of 45 degree. So this will go like this. So similarly, there will be an image also, going like this. So this is A and this is B. This was A and this was B. Are you getting? This was the image. So now the question is, find velocity of image. Again, this is your x-axis, that is your y-axis as usual. Find the velocity of object and image after 1 second. Find the time when velocity and object and image are anti-parallel, meaning opposite to each other. We use the word anti-parallel. What is anti-parallel? This is parallel. This is anti-parallel, meaning angle is 180 degree. Negative of a vector. Remember vectors by definition? Like vectors, opposite vectors, aisa. Hope the question is clear. You throw a particle in front of a mirror with 20 meters per second. As shown, a particle is projected in front of a mirror. So this thing is based on vectors, projectile motion, and optics. Mirrors. Questions come like this. They're not tough. Again, see, don't think questions are tough. All are small questions. When you combine them, it looks weird. You need to think. That is the most important thing. This is not school. School mein kaisa hai na? There used to be one formula. They'll give some numbers, put them in the formula, you'll get the answers. That doesn't work. And second thing, did you observe? When I give the question, you might find it little difficult, but after explaining, you find like, okay, I could have done this thing. Do you guys get the feeling? That is what thinking looks like. Everyone says, think karke. Thinking doesn't mean you have to think about some relativity theory or Darwin theory, or you have to create something new. Simple things, think about it. So you should get used to this way of doing things. Maybe 1 or 2 months, you should feel like, okay, this is normal now. Then you'll have an edge over other students. That is when you can crack exams. Give it a try. See, if you do everything like everyone, then you will get results like everyone. You won't get any good results. You want a different result, you have to think different than others. Give it a try. 14th one. I'll give you 3 minutes. Think about it. Anyone who didn't understand the question, please ask me. Any particular thing you're confused, you didn't get what I'm talking about. Question is clear, please go ahead. Did you see image kaisa hai? A is the farthest point. B is the closest point. Right?
Sir, can you explain the B part of the question?
Find the time when the velocity of the object and image are opposite to each other.
So is it 2 seconds? The B part?
Yeah, get the first part. B is right. So see now, basically it's going like this, it is going like this now. So
In the first part, you have to find the magnitude or the vector?
Vector.
So it'll be
Right.
20 I cap and 10 J cap.
Hello, I'll explain. Let others try. Find for image also. See now. Whoever asked me, Nemi, you asked, right? See now, this is the vectors, na? Are they parallel? Anti-parallel? This is like this, this is like this. Opposite nahi hai na? Opposite matlab they should be like this. So I'm asking, when will that happen? Kamakshi found the velocity of the image also?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Let's give it a minute. Others try. I'll give you a minute more, then I'll show you. Then you can verify your answers. Next thing. See, I'll show you how to do this. First thing, when you projected this thing, now see, after 1 second, you'll be somewhere here. You'll have two components, Vx, Vy. What is Vx? This was u and theta, okay. Vx is u cos theta. U is 20 root 2, cos theta is 45, so 1 by 45, 20 meters per second. What is Vy? U sin theta minus gt. See people, again, I am not using any new formulas. V is u plus at, getting it? S is ut plus half at square, everything is same. Meaning, if you want me to write more specifically, uy plus ayt, which is u sin theta minus gt. U is 20 root 2, sin 45 is 1 by root 2, g is 10, time is 1. So that is 10 meters per second. So velocity of the object will be Vx I cap, that is 20 I cap plus 10 j cap. That's your velocity of the object, Vx I cap, Vy j cap. Now, since you have the mirror here and the image will go like this, tell me one thing, how will this look like? This will be Vx, this will be Vy, na? So if you see, if you go towards the mirror, image will come towards you. If you go parallel to mirror, image will go parallel to the mirror. Is that fine? So only the velocity perpendicular to the mirror will be reversed, na? The velocity of image क्या होगा? Minus Vx I cap plus Vy j cap. Why minus? Because Vx is opposite. So that is minus 20 I cap plus 10 j cap. The vertical component will remain same. This is 10. The horizontal component will change. If you see for the image, the Vx is in the minus x direction. So that's why you're writing minus I cap. So this would be a final answer. Velocity of the object, velocity of the image. Only thing, the I component will reverse, J component will remain same. Think about it. If you have a mirror and if you're walking parallel to the mirror, image will come with you, na? Imagine image goes in the opposite direction, first thing you'll run away from there. You will definitely think there is a ghost inside the mirror. You'll remember every horror story that is there possible. Hope this was clear. This is the first part. If you see now, I just said mirror and all, it looks a little scary. Arey sir, you brought a mirror, projectile. But if you actually see the question, there is nothing there. So if you just put a reflection of it and you say it is going in the opposite direction. Any doubt on this thing, please ask me. Be very clear. Questions are not tough. Questions are little tricky. You need to, if your concepts are good, these tricks are nothing. You will easily smash them. This is the level of the questions in entrance exams. Meaning for your level, you can say this is the level. When you're in 12th, these level of questions will be a joke. If you just have to take a formula and substitute the values, why do you keep an entrance exam? This is more interesting way to learn, but and you might ask, like, said, where do we use these kind of things? Whenever you're observing, comets or satellites, through a telescope, what you're seeing is through a mirrors only, right? Front and back will get reversed, up and down will look okay, so things get messed up. Then again, that's a higher level one. Okay. Next one. When you're throwing this, if you look at the velocities, the images will be like this. Can someone tell me when they're opposite?
H max.
H max, na? This is the only position, see, when they're exactly opposite. Getting it? If you look at any other point, na, for example, if you look at here, this is like this, they're not opposite. If you look at this, if you look at they're not opposite. Getting it? The only time both will be opposite is at H max. But that's it only. Did you see how tough was the question? There's nothing. You should have a logic. Okay, H max where both are opposite. And how much time will it take? What is the time taken to go from ground to H max? There is a name for it.
Time of ascent.
Time of ascent. Isn't it? So time will be time of ascent. So indirectly is asking time of ascent. What is the time of ascent ka formula? U sine theta by G. 20 root 2 sine 45, 10, 2 seconds. Yeah. But if you read the question right, it looks like I'm asking you something out of the world. Find the time when the velocity vectors are opposite to each other. Indirectly, I'm asking you time of ascent. So this is what you need to figure out from the data. They say, na, you always need to read between the lines. If you see, kind of, you're doing the detective kind of work only. Okay, this happens, mean this will happen, this happens at this thing. So this is what I'm asking indirectly. This is what do you mean by thinking? So don't think thinking meaning you have to become an Einstein, not required. Hope this was clear. Anyone has any particular doubt, please ask me. I think Kamakshi got both of the answers right. I can turn the page.
So when done.
All done. Next one. Another practical problem. You have a fighter plane flying at a speed of 900 kilometers per hour. It is at a height of 2 kilometers. It released a bomb. Then bomb will come and fall here. Right. We see this every day, not here, but yeah, a plane flying with speed 900 kilometers per hour at a height of 2 kilometers. Drops a bomb, releases a bomb. You're not throwing or anything. You just opened the door and bombs fell down. Find the position where it lands. And we observe the bomb does not fall straight down. It actually goes front. Remember the balloon problem? When you leave a coin from the balloon, it will have the speed of the balloon. Same way. If you jump from the train, you won't fall the point where you jumped, you'll actually roll forward because you have the speed of the train. This was one of the problems during World War II when, these people are bombing cities. They wanted to destroy one target, but the bombs always used to fall, at a different places. And imagine there is an air resistance also. It used to be even more messy. So just to destroy one factory in the city, they used to bring some 100 planes. They used to throw bombs on the entire city. And bad luck, even after throwing all the bombs, the factory is still there. Then they come, take a U-turn, come back again, throw again all the bombs and again go back. Even then it is not destroyed. Then they send army with tanks and everything, put bombs on the factory and destroy it. This is one of the reasons why World War II was so, devastating. Because these people cannot bomb the factories precisely, they used to destroy half the city. Just imagine they wanted to destroy, BRC in Mumbai. And the bombs are falling accidentally in Borivali. Can you see that error? Where is Chembur and where is Borivali? You're just destroying the entire city because of that one particular place. Any doubt in the question, please ask me. One thing I'll tell you, make sure to convert everything into meters per second. You cannot use kilometers. Everything should be in SI units, that is meters per second. Now give it a try, I'll give it 2 minutes. So how does technology help to save lives? Precision bombing. Getting it? So we have laser guided missiles. These are so precise. If you put a target now, they will hit within a distance of 1 inch. So now if you want to destroy a factory, instead of destroying half the city, you can send 1 or 2 army units. They will just target that location. And somewhere from the ocean, they will launch a missile 200 kilometers from far. This missile is guided by the satellite. It comes exactly and hits the factory. Only the people in the factory will die or the terrorists will die. Everyone else is safe as surrounding. So by improving special bombs and technology, right, you can actually save lives by not killing randomly everyone on the road. These things look a little counterintuitive. Everyone thinks dropping, atomic bombs on Japan is bad. But in a way, it was actually a good thing. The problem was these US people, when they're attacking Japan and occupying the islands, they noticed one thing. These Japanese people were, highly motivated. They believed their king is the god. And they thought surrendering is a shame. So what they used to do, if you have a 5-year-old kid, give the gun and send him into the battlefield. Women are there, give them swords, send them to the battlefield. So these people attacked an island called Okinawa. By the time, these people occupied the island, 25% of the population died. These Japanese were never ready to surrender. They wanted to fight till the last breath. The US people got scared. This way we will destroy half of the Japan. No one will be alive only. The people are so mad, they're just taking knives and coming and attacking. And we're just shooting them with the guns. So then these people hatched the plan. We have to show them so much power, they should be scared. One of the reason, not the exact one, but one of the reason. So the estimate was, because of this Hiroshima and Nagasaki bomb, around 3-4 lakh people died, more, maybe a million maybe. But they saved at least 5 to 6 million more. Instead of attacking conventionally, this thing actually saved lives. Yeah, you can anyways talk in either way, but yeah. What is the answer?
Sir, is it 20 kilometers?
20 थोड़ा ज़्यादा आ गया रे. Let me show you. The first statement will be this. The bomb will have same velocity as the plane when released. This is the important thing. So how will this question look like? So you have the bomb going with 900 kilometers per hour, convert into meters per second, 5 by 18. This is 250 meters per second at a height of 2000 meters. and the bomb is falling here. Now, see this question. What is the difference? Instead of a bomb, you have a particle. Instead of 250, you have 20 meters per second. Height is 2000 meters. Exact same question, na? Only numbers are different. Can you see the difference? So this is how the questions will be. You know, that aeroplane, bomb, and all is just a story. The actual question is something else. So how to do here? The point where you throw is the origin. 0, comma minus 2000. This is range, comma 2 minus 2000. So vertical displacement is minus 2000. Vertical velocity is 0. So we use Sy is u by t plus half a by t square. So this is what I was telling you from day one. Like, you know, the formulas are only 3. S is ut plus half a t square. This only we keep using and playing. We are not doing anything new. Uy is 0. Half g is 10 t square. 0, 0 cancels out. T square is 400. Time is 20 seconds. Someone might ask, sir, why are you converting into meters per second? Why can't I use kilometers per hour? Great, use kilometers per hour. But remember, G is 10 meters per second. So isko bhi kilometers mein convert karna padega then. So if you are ready to convert G into kilometer per hour square, you can use kilometers. That is the problem. So what is the range? Range is horizontal velocity into time. What is the horizontal velocity? 250. Time is 20. This is 5,000 meters. 5 kilometers. This is the problem people used to face during World War II. The factory is 5 kilometers far. You have to release the bombs 5 kilometers before the target. And first of all, you can't even see the factory. 5 kilometers, how can you see something? And on top of it, there is an air resistance. There are clouds, and enemy, you are being shot from the ground. So people have multiple problems. In order to not get shot, these people used to fly even higher. Speed used to be less, 400, 500 kilometers per hour, but height used to be around 3.5 kilometers. So they used to have normally in a convoy 40 bombers, 60 to 70 fighter planes to support them. So while coming and going, enemy ka fighter planes and these fighter planes keep fighting. So yeah.
So you can also take 2000 meters as Hmax, right?
But here Hmax definition doesn't make sense now, right?
Yeah, but like hypothetically, like if there was an object going
Then
from
you
the
know what you're
ground.
doing? You're assuming I did like this. This is what you're
Yes,
trying to do, na?
because y component of velocity is 0, right?
Makes sense. But then you know what you're doing? You're trying to find this speed, na? How are you finding the range then? Tell me that.
I
you took it
found
then.
u cos theta. I found u sin theta, and then I put it in the range formula, and I divided that by 2.
Yeah, I understood what you're doing, but it becomes a little complicated. No, you're not wrong. You're just a little lengthy. I'll show you the next problem. You won't be able to do that way. Getting it, Kamakshi, you're not wrong. It is right, but the method is little lengthy.
Yes, sir.
Wanna clear this thing? Next page. Hope the question was clear. It was not tough. It was same as 12th problem, except the first, you have to read this one statement, but it's not a difference. You have a building, 20 meters. You're throwing with 20 root 2 meters per second. Now see, the method which you said, na Kamakshi, it won't work here now. Because I don't know what is this point now. It's not Hmax. So find time of flight, range. Get it? You can't use your regular formulas because you're throwing from a building. Sorry. Particle is projected with 20 root 2 meters per second, angle 45. Find range and Hmax. Get it?
Sir, is the time 2 seconds?
No, Ray, you won't get such a beautiful answer. Imagine I'm saying 4 root 2 is not beautiful. It's beautiful. Try. I'll give you a minute. And I'll show you. Then I'll give you one more like this, so then you can give it a try.
So is the time 4 seconds?
No, Ray, you won't get such good times actually. I don't know why are you getting it. Or maybe you're getting it. Let me check. So this will be 0, minus 20. Check where I went wrong. This is range, minus 20. So your SY is minus 20 vertical displacement. UY is U sine theta, which is 20 root 2 sine 45. That's 20 meters per second. So using the equation SY is UYT plus half AYT square. SY is minus 20, 20T minus half GT square. 0, 0, 0 will cancel. Multiply 2 on both sides. This will be T square minus 40 minus 4 is 0. Am I right? So the time will be 4 plus root over 16 plus 16 by 2. Ignore the negative root. So you get time will be 4 plus 4 root 2 by 2. 2 plus 2 root 2. That's your time of flight. Did I mess up anything? Take my calculations. Hope they are fine. What is range? Range is horizontal velocity into time of flight, which is u cos theta into time of flight. What is u cos theta? 20 root 2 cos theta 1 by root 2. Time of flight is 2 plus 2 root 2. 2 to root 2 will cancel. You have 20 into 2 plus 2 root 2. That's your range. Yeah, numbers are not that great, but you know how to solve. Have a look at this. Ask me where you got confused. How did you get 4, Ray? What did you do?
So I use time of flight formula directly.
2u sin theta by g.
Huh.
Oh, invalid hai na? You can't use that formula. Forgot. I wrote that thing at least I think 3 times, I suppose. Can you see? Not valid. Isn't it? We made a note also clearly it is not valid. And not the first time, huh? When I wrote that full table again, valid only for same level. Are you coming to the same level? No, no. So be careful. Don't mix up the formulas. Any doubts on this thing, please ask me. Soren, how did you get 4 root 2?
Sir, I did take that 0, minus 20 and range, minus 20. So I use the normal S. The S is equal to UT plus half 80 square.
S is equal to UT plus half 80 square. S kitna liya then?
S I took minus 20, sir. And
that is right only, na? Then UY?
Sir, 1 minute, I'll check. Sir, I got a weird equation, but then last time I got 2 root 2. I don't know.
You got the same equation as mine? No.
No.
See what went wrong. Check it out.
Sir, we need to take these coordinates. Then only we'll get them.
No, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. I'm just showing you. Y coordinate is minus 20. Na? This was SY. Na? That is just to show you, since you're going down, SY is negative. Nothing much. but the minus sign is important. Are you clear? Yeah. All clear with this thing?
Sir,
I think that
to find the velocity of y component,
why are you finding that?
theta minus gt भी आएगा ना?
But वो क्यों कर रहे हो? When did I ask you speed? No? I didn't ask you speed, no? I just asked you range. Clear with that? Next one. You have a 40-meter building. Let's do on. Let this be also 20 only. The projecting to 40. Same thing, you throw it down now. Find time of flight, range, speed when it hits the ground. Hope the question is clear. Have a look at it. You're throwing the same particle, but now 45 degrees down. Find time of flight, range, and the speed when it hits the ground. You can refer to the previous problem and give it a try. This is u cos theta, which is ux, which is 20. This is uy, u sin theta, which is also 20. That is 20 root 2 and 45. Now, what is sy? Minus 20. Why? Vertical direction, you are coming down. What is uy? Minus 20. Now, writing the equation. Sy uyt plus half ayt square. Minus 20 minus 20t minus half g 10t square. Minus also goes off. You get t square plus 4t minus 4 is equal to 0. We get time is minus 4 plus or minus root over 16 by 2. It will be minus 2 plus 2 root 2. That's your time of flight. What is range? Ux into time of flight, which is 20 into 2 root 2 minus 2. You can leave it there. That's your range. What is Vy square? Vy square is uy square plus 2ay sy. So uy square is 20 square minus 20 square. Ay is minus 10, sy is minus 20. So this would be 400 plus 400. That is 800. What is Vx? Q cos theta, which is 20. So what is speed? Root over Vx square plus Vy square. So that would be root over 400 plus 800. Vy square is 800. No? So that is root 1200. So your speed will be 10 root 12.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm not understanding this t ka calculation. 4 minus 4 plus or minus root 16.
आपको quadratic equation का roots पता नहीं है? Learn this in school. The roots of a quadratic, Shifa. Don't know this thing?
Yes, I've learned.
बस
But,
यही कर रहा हूँ ना मैं. क्या था ये t square plus 4t minus 4. So a is 1, b is 4, c is minus 4. Substitute करो. तो b में क्या आ रहा है? Minus 4 plus or minus b square, that is 4 square. So minus 4, a is 1, c is minus 4 by 2 into 1. So minus 4 plus or minus 16 plus 16 by 2. I'm not taking negative root because time can't be negative. So that is 4 root 2 by 2. Is this fine? Get used to this quadratic equation, Ray. The quadratic roots will come pretty frequently in every chapter. So this you should not have a doubt. Anyone who doesn't know how to solve this thing, please ask me, get it cleared. Good you asked. Because see, ऐसा छोटा doubts ना, you think अरे what sir will think and you won't ask. But ये doubt will continue for every chapter and at one point you start going mad. Ask, get it cleared. Nothing will happen if you ask me a basic thing also. If it is too basic, I'll say just wait after the class. But is this fine, quadratic?
yes.
Now is this fine? Because see, I'm used to it now, I did it directly. This is a root करके. You guys need to get used to it solving. Exam में you can't write this much, right? Time waste. Have a look at this thing. Ask me if there's any doubt in any particular step you didn't get. I know I little crumbled it up, but hope this was clear. But right hand side you have time of flight, left hand side you're finding the speed. Whenever you want to find the speed, you have to find vertical component separately, horizontal component separately, and square them and add them. That is the speed. Go through the steps. Aram se see each and every step, see what went wrong. Ask me what you're not getting. All clear? Can I turn the page? Next one. If I want to copy this down, okay. Next one. This is a good question. Do this thing carefully. It's important. You have a building of height h. You projected with theta. This is particle A. We have done all these things just now, but I'm just making you do with variables. You're projecting horizontally with B, B particle. Height is h. Same building, but you're throwing down with theta. This is C. Question is, find time of flight for all three. and relation between them. Meaning, what is the relation between the time of flight of A, B, C? Third thing, find the speeds when they reach the ground. Find the speed of A, B, C when they reach. So when they hit the ground, with what speed will they hit? Get this thing? This is a good one. I'll give you 3-4 minutes.
So
All right.
the speed of A when it reaches the ground, I got root of 20h upon cos square theta.
20h. Keep it in G only, na? Come again. So what you got? Root 20h by?
Cos square theta.
Dimensions are not matching, right?
So rest minus h no we have to take. So v square
Let me
minus
show
v
you.
square is 2a is that formula I used.
But see, that you can use only in one direction, na? What is the displacement?
Minus h.
Then you'll get only vertical velocity, na? What happened to the horizontal then? Let's see how to do this thing. Just now we have done something similar, but we did with numbers. I'm doing with variables now. It's no difference now. What is S vertical? Minus h. What is U vertical? U sine theta. Can you see the process? It is the same thing, nothing changing, only variables are there now. So Sy is Uyt plus half Ayt square. So minus h U sine theta t minus half Gt square. Got it? Then quadratic equation. Arrange them. Half Gt square minus U sine theta t minus h is equal to 0. So this is minus b plus, I'm neglecting the negative root, square sine square theta. You guys need to write it and check, okay? I'm just simply skipping steps and writing here. 2gh by g. We neglect the negative root. So this is the time of flight for A. What is the velocity? Vy square is uy square plus 2ay sy. This is u square sine square theta plus 2 minus g minus h. So Vy square is u square sine square theta plus 2gh. What is Vx? Vx is u cos theta. That doesn't change. So what is speed? Vx square plus Vy square ka root. That will be u square cos square theta plus Vy is u square sine square theta plus 2gh. What is cos square theta plus sine square theta? 1. You end up with this. That's your speed. You have to find Vy separately, Vx separately, and then square them and add them. Velocity vector will be Vx I cap and Vy j cap. You're asking speed, to square them and add them. This problem is exactly this one. सिर्फ इतना ही difference था. U is 20 root 2 and theta is 45. H is minus 20. Have a look at this. Ask me if there's any doubt in this thing. Look at the next one. Now you're throwing horizontally. Na? Can I turn the page? Be me what you're doing. You're throwing it horizontally. This is exactly the aeroplane bomb problem now. You throw it with you. This will go and fall here. What is Sy? Minus h. What is Uy? 0, because there's no vertical component. Again, using the same equations. See, always remember the process, not the formulas or this thing. If you know the process, you can do any types of problems. What is the process? When you're throwing, you know the time of flight will depend only on the vertical component. So use S is ut plus half at square in vertical direction. Minus h 0 minus half gt square. So we get the time due to b will be root over 2h by g. If you can actually see the resemblance, this result is same as for a particle dropped from rest. 1D motion mein. The time of flight was root 2h by g. If a particle is dropped from a building from rest, it will fall to the ground in this much time. We did this in 1D. Okay. Then you got the time of flight. So what is the next thing? Velocity, na? Vy square is uy square plus 2ay sy.
So your theta will be 0, no?
Theta is 0 here. Right? So that's why u sine theta uy is 0, no? Ux u cos theta will be u. So Vy square is 2gh. Vx is u. Speed will be root over Vx square plus Vy square. That's your speed. And if you observe, The speed, you got the same value actually. U square plus 2gh, U square plus 2gh. The time was different though. Next thing. Third case, you're throwing it down. Now here, be little careful here. This is u sine theta. So this will be minus u sine theta because you're throwing down. Up positive, down negative. So Sy is minus h, Uy is minus u sine theta. Because you're throwing down, the vertical component becomes negative. That is the only difference. Other than that, everything looks identical to A. One sec, guys. I can smell some gas leaking. I don't know where is this gas smell coming from. You know, normally this butane gas which they supply, right, is odorless. If the gas actually leaks, you can't smell. So what these people do, they mix up some, pungent smell wantedly, so that when it leaks, you can actually smell. I used to think why the gas is so smelly, but actually it is to save your lives. Imagine it leaks in your kitchen and you don't know the gas leaked. So now what do this thing with it? So minus h, minus u sine theta t, now it is gone. Okay. So minus n cancels out. R gt square plus u sine theta t minus h is 0. Quadratic equation again. Quadratic keeps coming everywhere. So you should be pretty convenient, used to this thing. Minus u sine theta, I'm neglecting the negative root again. U square sine square theta plus 2gh. I'm able to write it fast, but for you it will take 2 steps there. You do that properly because you need to get that speed. If you just copy randomly, you won't learn anything. What about the speed? Vy square is uy square plus 2ay sy. Make sure to solve all these problems without seeing again by tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'm telling you again and again, I'll repeat this thing every time. You need to solve all the problems being done in the class again, because you're just listening now like a movie or a novel. You just feel like you understood. Only when you solve on your own, you will actually understand whether you're getting it or not. It looks very small thing, but when you do this continuously for 1.5 to 2 years, it makes a big impact. So make sure to do that. So this is a vertical component which you got same as part A. Vx is u cos theta. We got the speed same. Time was different though. Have a look at this thing. Any particular step you didn't get done? Ask me. The only difference is minus u sine theta, vertical component. Other than that, everything else stays same. Done. So I'll just brief up these things in the next page. Can I turn the page? Now see, if I just write down all these results down, the time taken for A is u sine theta plus root over u square sine square theta plus 2gh by g. Time taken for B is root 2h by g. Time taken for C was minus u sine theta plus root over u square sine square theta plus 2gh by g. So from here you can see the time taken by A is the greatest, B, and then C. They ask this question also. Arrange them in the ascending order of time or descending order of time. And then next thing, if you see the speeds are equal, generally people think speeds will be different, but I'll show you in another way that how to find the speeds faster. The speeds are equal. And if you look at the time here, if you multiply TA into TC, look at it carefully, you will see it is looking like A plus B into A minus B. The A square minus B square, you'll get minus u square sine square theta plus u square sine square theta plus 2gh by g square. This will cancel. This will be 2h by g, which is nothing but tb square. So time taken by A, time taken by C, the product is time tb square. This is an important result. Straightforward question in the exam. And if you remember, we have done this thing in 1D motion. If you throw a particle up with u, if you throw a particle from rest, and if you throw a particle down with u. This is T1 and this is T2 and this is T3. Check it out, we did this thing. The product of the times when you throw up and down is square of the product when you throw it from rest. This was the result in 1D, which I told you is important to remember. That result is still valid in projectile also. Have a look at this. Ask me if there's any confusion on this particular part. Any small thing that you didn't get, please do ask me. Get it clear. Don't hesitate. I posted the solutions of that booklet in the group. I thought I posted before, but I posted the questions only. No one told me also. Someone reminded me today, sir, what you sent was not solutions, but some questions only. So I'm assuming, most of you have seen it and felt like, no, we should solve on our own. That's why you didn't ask. But I have a strong feeling most of you even didn't care to look at the book, what the hell it is. Next Sunday, mostly we are meeting, meaning we'll be calling in a groups of 10 to 12 so that any doubts or anything that you have, you can talk to us, your parents, regarding academics part, and we'll be giving you the solutions. The booklet also printed, and that modern one booklet is missing. The motion plane booklet also will be giving you. Yeah, to most extent, I think we'll meet up. We'll not call all at the one go. That Cooper people, it will be in the afternoon, 1 to 4. Now, if you're not, you'll have an exam, so you can't come. Your parents can come. Anyway, it is. We want to talk to them only because they'll have a lot of queries. How is my kid doing? Why are the marks less? It will be compulsory for students also. Don't worry. I know you don't want to miss it out. Nemi.
Sir, can you explain why you time A and time C you took out the product?
Just like that question, yeah, find relation between them, no? Find time A, time B, time C, and find relation between them. Okay? So I just did a product the founder relation, nothing much. Fair enough? Nemi, okay, na?
Sir,
No, not convinced. We'll see. Well, Shifa, who is asking?
I'll ask after class.
Chalega, we can talk after class.
sir, how can you determine that time of A is greater than B and C?
देखो ना, this is plus, this is minus, so
Root of 2h can be greater than.
nahi, right? Can't see now. If you see this term, if you send the G inside, na, there is a root 2 GHP sensor. Can you see? That plus something, na? Got it? And for C, it is that minus something, isn't it? So it will be less only. Is that okay? Next thing, see, now how to find this faster? Now listen, in the exam, they'll ask you find the speed. If you do this thing, it will take a lot of time. Like I tell you many times, it's not only important to get the answer, you have to get the answer in shortest time. We are going to use something called law of conservation of energy, which you studied in school. Don't worry too much about this. We have a full chapter for this later on. So initially, what is potential energy? mgh. What is kinetic energy? Half mu square. So when you reach the ground, what is potential energy? Let the speed be 0 because you're at the ground level. What is kinetic energy? Half mv square. Using law of conservation of energy, initial energy is equal to final energy. So when I equate this, I'll get mgh plus half mu square is half mv square. M will cancel. Shift to that side, you get v square is u square plus 2gh. So v will be root over u square plus 2gh. If you see, I got the same answer. And the best thing, see, independent of theta, meaning you throw with any angle, I'm going to reach the ground with the same speed. And that's what happened now. That's why all three became equal. So if you use conservation of energy, this thing comes in a single step. Are you getting this thing? So if the question was only to find the speed, energy method was the fastest. Okay. So yeah, but this energy methods I'm going to teach you in a separate chapter called work for energy. We have a full chapter for it, but just to give you an idea, because you already know about energy. So exam, if they ask the question, right, who has more speed? As long as the initial speed is same and height is same, all will have same speed. What will change? I cap, J cap components will change, but speed won't change. Hope this was clear. Have a look at this. Any doubt, please ask me. Clear with this? On the page? So it's like, you know what, it is not necessary you have to solve always, you know, one question with one model only. This you'll understand, you know, only when you're doing enough problems and you have some experience. But for that, you need to try. We call it the learning curve. The more time you spend on it, the faster you learn. Clear with that? You know, most people have this notion. You know, someone is scoring more, no? They feel like, that guy is intelligent, that guy is smart, that's why he's scoring more. Bullshit, huh? Most of the time, it is just bullshit. Nothing like that. Most of the time, the reason why people score more is because they're putting more effort. You're not putting more effort. But 99% of them, that is the reason. But we don't want to accept we are lazy. So what we do, we say that guy is a genius. Getting it? That's a fact. Most of them, that's a fact. So happened with me. IIT second year, I still remember. They're having a programming class in one of the semester. So first week they gave some programming. I finished it in 2-3 hours. Second week there's one more programming code, 4, 5, 6 hours. The third code I couldn't get it. Then I thought that maybe this was tough, I couldn't get it and all. I said, chalo fine, the next time we'll take it. I didn't get it. Fourth time, again I didn't get it. Fifth time, now I was sure, you know, I am very bad at programming. I can't do programming. I don't have skills in programming. Did you see what I was doing? I'm just telling myself, but then I said, my friends were submitting. Okay, there is 1 or 2 guys who were submitting. He was our class topper. I went and asked him, and yeah, you know, can you give me some tips on this programming thing? You know, how to improve, what to do? I'm not getting anything from last 2 classes. Then he told me one thing, Arun, how long did you spend on this program 5? I said, maybe 4 to 5 hours. He said, Arun, I spent 24 hours on it. In last 1 week, I spent 24 hours on this one program 5. I referred many materials. I went through recordings. I went through that, this. After 10th hour, it clicked. Okay, this is what I should supposed to do. And it took me another 10 hours to figure out how to do. And then 4 hours I did it. The only reason why you are not getting this, not because I'm more intelligent than you, or for some reason, you know, I'm super smart or something. I kept 24 hours, you kept 4 hours. You please put more time, you will get it answer. Then, you know, I remembered. I was actually doing this in 11th and 12th. Once I went to IIT, upar do horns aa gaya. I became lazy. I became too chilled out. This is what happens. Overconfidence. Look at this overconfidence. Overconfident that I'm very bad at programming. I shut my mouth. I understood my mistake. I went back to the room. I started working. I spent around 14 to 15 hours. I submitted the program properly. It was never that you know, the other guy was a genius or something. I'm not putting as much effort as the other guy. So never bullshit yourself saying like the other guy is a genius. The problem with the society actually. You study so hard and someone comes and tells you you're a genius. They're just spoiling you. So if someone thinks like that and has come for preparation of entrance exam, trust me, you'll be for a big surprise. Big surprise. You will get slaughtered. Only people who are doing consistent work from day one, sincerely if you're working, I'm telling you, even if your IQ is average, if you do a consistent, serious work every day, you are going to succeed. Entrance exam or life or anything. I'll tell you one more thing. In IIT now, Reliance, you know, big company. The Reliance company comes for recruitment IIT Madras. They don't take anyone who gets more than 8.5 out of 10. You know that? If your grades are more than 8.5, you're rejected from the interview. You're not selected. You're overqualified. They remove you. Only people who can get between less than 7, you're rejected. 7 to 8.5, only these people are eligible. They don't take. And, you know, in NASA or when they are, you know, selecting astronauts as a group leader, they try to take people who have failed at least, you know, few times in life. They never take people who are always succeeding in life. Because when you're always succeeding in life now, when there's a sudden problem, these people don't know what to do. They're not used to failing in life. And life is very bad. You can't keep succeeding. Someday some shit will happen. The most important ability of a person is to react to the situation. It is not about always winning. When things go bad, when shit happens, what you're going to do? That's what matters. That's what you're supposed to learn in these 2 years. If you learn this skill, trust me, you will be very happy in life. You don't learn this thing, welcome to life. Life will show you. Last one for the day. You have two particles. A, you throw it with you this side. B, you throw it this side with 2u. So you throw it on opposite direction. Tall building. Assume they don't fall so fast. So A and B are thrown with u and 2u opposite sides. This is a good question again. You can take the initial point as origin. Up is positive, down negative, right x-axis, left y-axis, everything standard. Find position and velocity vector of A and B. If you see, we're extensively using vectors. That was one reason why Lecture started vectors before and finished it off. Without that, I can't do this thing. Similarly, I have to do a chapter called work per energy. Then Lecture will start another chapter called electrostatics and this thing. So it is all connected up. Find position and velocity vectors of A and B. Means I'm asking RA bar, RB bar, which is xi cap plus yj cap, VA bar, VB bar, which is Vxi cap, Vyj cap. Second thing, find time when position vectors are perpendicular. I told you last time, if two vectors are perpendicular, what happens? Someone?
Dot product.
Dot
Dot
product
product
is
is 0. Yep. Third question, find time when velocity vectors are perpendicular. Get the first part, B and C will come automatically. Hope the question is clear. Give it a try. It's okay if you don't get it, I'll show you in 2 minutes. But I want you to try. It is never about getting the answer. See, what I'm asking now. So you throw it from here, so you will go like this. This will go like this. You know what I'm asking? When I say position vector, this is the position vector. This is the position vector. What is position vector definition? The vector from initial point to the final point, na? Line joining Initial point to final point is the position vector from origin say. And the question is when these two will be perpendicular. So first let's find for A. For A, what is ux? U. What is uy? 0, because you're throwing horizontally. What is the x coordinate? Ux into t. Basically theta is 0 no, for this guy. The ux is u cos theta, which is u only. Uy is u sin theta, which is 0. So this is ut. What is y coordinate? Uyt plus half ayt square. This is sy actually. 0. Ay is gt square. That's it, over. So what is position vector of A? X ai cap plus y a j cap. So that is uti cap minus half gt square j cap. This is the position vector of A. Have a look at that. You just have to find x coordinate, y coordinate, and I cap and j cap dal do. That becomes a position vector. For B, what is ux? Minus 2u. Why? Because you're throwing horizontally, backward. Minus sign is important. Uy is 0. So what is x coordinate of B? Minus 2ut. What is y coordinate of B? Initial velocity is 0 minus half gt square. So what is position vector of B? Minus 2ut I cap minus half gt square j cap. Now what are you asking? You are asking when are these two perpendicular? So RA bar dot RB bar is 0 because you said when they're perpendicular. So when I do dot product, what will I do? Multiply I components and multiply j components. So that would be minus 2u square t square plus half into half 1 by 4 g square t power 4 is 0. So we get cancel one t square. You get t square g square by 4 is 2u square. So we get time is root over 8 u square by g square. So time will be 2 root 2 u by g. This is the second part actually. Find the time and the position vectors are perpendicular. So for A, find the x coordinate, y coordinate. For B, find x coordinate, y coordinate. Vertical velocities are 0. Horizontally, A is going right side, so plus u. B is going left side, so minus 2u. Have a look at this. Ask me if there's any particular confusion here.
Can you go to the previous slide?
Question के लिए.
हाँ. So done.
Have a look at this. Any particular doubt in any step, please ask me. How did I get the minus sign? What is that? What is this? Anything? And now everything feels okay, okay. But after 1 or 2 days, if you actually revise the notes, trust me, you will get it out. And you can always ask in the next class. Aisa kuch nahi, you have to ask only on the day 1. That's why daily revision is important. Till now we did around 19 problems. After the Sunday exam gets over, sit and try to do these problems without seeing. See how many you will get on your own. Done with this, the second part. Now what I'm asking, velocity vector. What is the difference between velocity vector and position vector? You're going like this, na A. B is going like this. You know what is velocity vector? Velocity vector is this tangentially. This is velocity vector I'm asking, VB and VA bar. This was position vector. Got the difference? Position vector is a line joining initial to final. Velocity vector is a tangential to the path. Both are different. Now, for A, what is Vx? Ui cap. Because horizontal velocity is constant. What is Vy? Uy plus Ayt, but Ui is 0. Just when we wrote here, so we'll not write it again. So Uy is 0. So Vy is minus Gt j cap. Bas ho gaya. So what is velocity of A bar? Ui cap minus Gt j cap. For B, what is Vx? Minus 2 Ui cap because you're going backside. What is Vy? Same thing. Uy plus Ayt, but Ui is 0. There's no vertical component. Minus Gt j cap. So what is velocity of B? Minus 2 Ui cap minus Gt j cap. This is the velocity vector of B and velocity vector of A. Now what are you asking? When will they both be 0? Dot product. Va bar dot Vb bar. That would be minus 2u square plus g square t square is 0. So from here we get time is root 2 u by g. Clearly see answer is different. You have a 2 root 2 u by g. Here it is u by g. 2 root 2 u by g. This is half of the previous time. The 18th and the 19th problem, the last two problems are the most important ones. The 19th problem considers extensively we are using vectors I cap, j cap, position vector, dot product. Only for the namesake we are saying projectile, but sab pura vectors hai here. This is what I was telling you from day one. Any particular chapter is bad, things will get affected. If you don't know how to take a position vector, if you don't know how to take components, if you don't know how to do dot product, this problem is gone. That's why I'm telling you every time, work properly. I'm not asking you to do anything high-fi. Whatever homework is given, try it sincerely. Revise the notes, solve the problems without seeing. Don't read the problems. Take a rough paper, see the question, try to solve. That's what you're supposed to do.